Today we're going to be talking about sins of commission versus sins of omission, specifically factoring in and focusing in on lies of omission versus lies of commission. In James 4:17, James tells us that if you know what is good to do but you don't do it, you are sinning. And in the same way, it works with every aspect of life. So just to give you a very gigantic, very broad example, if you are ready, able, capable, and say you are carrying a happy thing, and you see someone about to commit an act of violence against another person, you are fully capable of preventing that from happening, but you choose to sit idly by and let it happen, you are just as guilty as the bad guy. Same way, if you see someone that is drowning and you are an Olympic swimmer, you could easily go in there and save them, but instead you watch them. You are just as guilty in the eyes of God as if you held their head underwater. This is why it's important to not hold yourself idle and make sure that you're not only avoiding sin, but you're also going out of your way to do that which God would deem to be good. Because when you're able to do it, you have the opportunity and you don't do it, that is sin. So with a lie of omission, for example, if I were to tell you a lie is for someone to deceive you in a negative way. There's either some selfish motive or there is some kind of a malice behind what they're doing, where they're trying to keep something from you in a negative fashion. This can be conflicted with a righteous deception, which would be in the case that a lot of people try to bring up when they say, like, is lying always wrong? Yes, lying is always wrong. Deception is not always wrong. And there's that massive distinction there. So the deception, a righteous deception, would essentially be if you had the Gestapos come to your house during World War II and they said, do you have any Jews here? And you having some hidden, you said, no, because you deceiving them is going to save the life, and the value of human life is above you being honest with someone who is trying to commit the act of mukdak. So that would be a righteous deception. However, if you had someone come to you to repair their car because there was an issue with the brake lines, and you said, oh yeah, I fixed it, but in reality you didn't fix it, later their brake line goes out, you lied to them because not only were you lazy, but you also had a malice towards them to not care about their safety, and therefore you are guilty of their death. Now, if you were to commit a lie of omission, that's essentially lying to someone in a way where you are intentionally leaving out information in order to deceive them, in order to engage in that act of deception. And that itself is not only very sinful, but it's also going to be something that is very, very damaging. See, lying and adultery are basically the two worst things that you can do to another human aside from muck-ducking them. And the reason for that is because it is both an act of betrayal. It is you intentionally betraying this person who trusts you, where they actually, like, they put trust in you, they believe what you say, and they don't have any reason to ever doubt what you say. But then you lie to them, and be it a lie of commission or a lie of omission, you have done something that has just ruined every possible chance of that person ever trusting you again. You've betrayed them. You've hurt them in a way that is just irreparable. It's borderline unforgivable. And in some cases it is. So for example, whenever I got lied to, and this is the thing that messed me up whenever I was younger, I talk about this in my book, How to Beat Depression with the Bible. This girl told me that she didn't want to date me anymore, but the reason that she gave me was that she just wanted to be single. She just wanted to be alone. That's what she told me. But I later found out that that was a lie, and it was because she was wanting to date this other dude. And had she just told me, like, there's this other guy, I want to date him, then it's like, okay, that's fair, because you at least told me the truth. You were honest enough with me to tell me that directly. Because, like, being single doesn't mean dating around. That is something that this world needs to get kind of under control. Single doesn't mean that you're dating people. Single means that you're alone. When you're dating people, that is you trying to end the single, not you being single so that you can date. And so, like, that, for example, is going to be a lie of commission. But say you're a teenager and you're out and about and you're kind of like partying and you're being a little deceptive in some way, shape, or form. Just follow with me on this metaphor. And your parents text you and your parents say, like, hey, are you at so-and-so's house nice and safe? And you say, oh yeah, I'm safe, but you're not actually at that house. Then you are committing that lie of omission where you're intentionally trying to deceive that person. So whenever they're asking essentially, like, are you home and safe? Then they're just saying, like, oh, I'm safe. But they're trying to hide that, which is to commit a lie of omission, which is where they are omitting the truth. And that is just as bad, just as damaging, and that is in and of itself a betrayal. So as you go on through life and you're working through your repentance, I want to make sure that you understand that you need to both avoid sinning, and you need to also make sure that you're not sinning by omission, by refusing to do that which is good that you are capable and able of doing. And even if that comes to deceiving people because you're trying to even spare their feelings, it is still lying to them, it is still wrong, it is still damaging, and it is still an eternal betrayal of trust. Like, if you were in a relationship with someone and someone lies to you, you should never trust them again. If you're in a relationship with someone and they cheat on you, you should never trust them again, because they've shown you that they are not worthy of your trust. See, in Psalm 118, verse 8, it says not to trust people, only to trust God. And that is something that is really difficult for us, but that is a really, really important thing that we need to remember and that we need to hold to, because we will be deceived by people consistently through our lives. We will be lied to constantly. We will be betrayed by the people that we love the most. And that is going to be something that just never ends in life. We are sinful people living in a sinful, fallen world, and we have to deal with that awful betrayal that is going to consistently happen to us. So avoid sinning in every way, both by commission and omission. I hope this made sense. Let me know what's next. Follow me on X. My shirts are available, taco-talks.com. Go support me on Patreon. I have exclusive content over there. You can message me directly, all the fun stuff in there. We even have a group chat for you guys so that we can all talk to each other. Nice and fun. Make sure you follow me on YouTube in case TikTok gets banned. God bless.